Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, The Real Super Sam. Today is a brand new top 5 stories list and I hope you enjoy. And happy hashtag Spider-Man Sundays. Hydroman is another case of super powerful supervillain who doesn't have great stories and is mostly used as a member of a supervillain team. You can describe him easily as Sandman but water. But there is character with Morris Bench, and he is a fun villain to read about. And no team-up stories with the Sinister Syndicate on this list. Not that much build-up for this top 5 story vid, so please enjoy this video as we look at the top 5 best Hydroman stories. Number 5. Signs of the Times. A one-shot Sensational Spider-Man issue 26 had the third time Sandman fought Hydroman. Today, Hydroman is looking at the paper and sees that the Daily Bugle is offering a $5 million reward for Spider-Man. Hydroman just beat up Spider-Man about 2 issues ago in Sensational Spider-Man issue 24, so Hydroman is going to get that money. He kidnaps a few people and leaves them stuck in a water tower. But Hydroman didn't expect the Sandman, now reformed and working with Silver Sable, would show up to stop him. It's always cool to see these two fight, and Spider-Man shows up as well to save the hostages. Hydroman is written as just a guy who wants money, and the Sandman vs. Hydroman battle may have just been for more interest, but the way Hydroman is written and what he says has it stand out. Number 4. People Like Us. Hydroman was in a story in a Spider-Man Unlimited issue 6. It starts with Hydroman at a party beating up a guy who scammed him. This time, Hydroman actually has 2 henchmen with him. Since Hydroman is invincible, he is super cocky and just has fun with everything. The contrast is his henchmen, who are just human and worry about their health. While committing a typical robbery, the superhero Thunderstrike arrives and gets in a fight with Hydroman. And of course, Spider-Man sees this and just helps out Thunderstrike from drowning while fighting Hydroman. Hydroman here shows his sympathetic side. He tells his henchmen that he can't taste or feel anything anymore. All he cares about now is his reputation. This is one of those issues where Hydroman is really creative with his powers. Hydroman is a villain, but here he seems a lot more down to earth than many, and that is really his distinguishing reading factor, which makes him such a different Spider-Man rogue. This was a great story to have for Hydroman, and there's even a twist at the end I won't spoil. Number 3. Here's Mud in Your Eye. Part 1 of an overarching story, Amazing Spider-Man issue 217 has the man made of water versus the man made of sand. Picking up right where the last issue left off, Hydroman comes out of a water tower to get revenge on Spider-Man. But Hydroman doesn't want to fight just yet and escapes down a drain. Hydroman returns to his bar and sees his girl with another guy. That man just so happens to be his opposite, the Sandman. The two are then in a brawl and showing off to the girl throughout the issue until it leads to the Sandman and Hydroman fight. The finale has Hydroman jumping into the Sandman and falling into the river, eventually rising up as the new villain, the Mud Monster. Sandman vs. Hydroman and Hydroman's second ever appearance. I feel this was one of the plans in mind when Hydroman was created, since this and his first appearance were both written and drawn by the same people, Dennis O'Neil and John Romita Jr. There's a lot of little moments when Sandman and Hydroman trick each other off. Admittedly, I was rooting for Hydroman to win this fight. To me, Sandman was a little out of character. This is probably Hydroman's most well-known story, and I love this story is about Hydroman's life and what happens when it all gets taken away from him. Number 2, Just Another Maniac Monday. A 2-part story across Peter Parker Spider-Man issues 51 and 52 had Hydroman team up with the Shocker. Hydroman and the Shocker work at the same company that has used their powers to test experiments and new machines for the world, but today they have each gotten fired. So the two decide to team up to pull a giant bank robbery and kill the Amazing Spider-Man. Hydroman here gets a lot of information about himself that I never knew I wanted to confirm. He says he is invincible and hasn't aged a day since he became Hydroman, and explains the differences of water and what that does to his body. The story also has him show off his new powers. I love Spider-Man's interactions with Hydroman in this. They are really quite funny. Once again, more than any other Hydroman story, this shows Morris Bench as a down-to-earth kind of villain. There still is a purposefully silly Spider-Man story with two of his loser rogues, but it definitely has a lot of meaning for Hydroman. There is still one more story, which I'm sure you all have guessed, that is still better. Number 1. The Coming of Hydroman. Hydroman's first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man issue 212 has the underrated relationship between Spider-Man and Hydroman begin. It all starts with Spider-Man on a boat saving the workers from a live wire. Spider-Man accidentally knocks Morris Bench over the side into the ocean with some crates. Morris Bench gets infected with some element underground in the water, which apparently makes him invincible since he goes through a boat propeller without a scratch. Later, we see Morris Bench melt, then come back together as Hydroman. Since Spider-Man turned him into this freak, Hydroman is going to search the city for his revenge. This is the best Hydroman story. I wish the relationship of Spider-Man creating Hydroman was expanded upon more in Morris Bench's returns. This issue has everything with Hydroman, especially the witty banter between the two, which I could read all day. The best part is Hydroman can't feel pain, so Spider-Man can lash out brutally for him, and Morris will just keep joking. Hydroman definitely was created as a Sandman type character, but with water powers. Spider-Man even makes a joke about it. The ending is just like his ending from Spider-Man Taz episode 16. It was a really smart way to defeat him, and I enjoyed the chase and the origin, making it the greatest Hydroman story of all time. Hydroman, a character who is underappreciated and needs more great stories. He is funny, has an awesome origin involving Spider-Man, and super powerful, leading to some awesome action scenes. Ever since I saw Hydroman as a kid, he was a fun character, and that's the type of villain we need more of today. Thank you all for watching this Top 5 Best Stories video. Bye guys, and have a good day.